you said was sort of your album in a way, just that you probably did more work on that individually than you had done since the first one.
What first?
Since the first episode.
More work?
I mean, it was more.
No, I did more work on physical graffiti. Oh
yeah.
God. But as far as living it,
yeah,
uninterrupted, from beginning to end, yes, definitely. 18-hour sessions, 20-hour sessions to complete it. And I remember we just sort of overran our time spot that we had allotted. And Mick Jagger was coming in afterwards with the Stones, and I asked him if we could have a couple of days extra out of his time. And he said, "Oh, sure, that's fine." He said, "Only, because I was mixing, and it's only enough to come. Just needed those extra couple of days to really finish it off, and tie it all up, and edit it down, and everything. Put the gaps in between, and so that you could just be shipped off and pressed." But I'll tell you one thing: all the guitar overdubs for Achilles. That was like
how many
basically two sections of that. When we rehearsed it, and it was no. I know John Paul Jones didn't understand what I was saying. I said, "I'm going to do a scale over this bit." And he said, "You will never get it in. You can't do a scale over those, over that. It won't work over those chords." And I said, "Well, I said in harmonies," and he said, "You won't even get at the scale, let alone that." I was sort of singing it. I don't know, a little bit. Anyway, what I'd planned on it, to try and sort of get this sort of epic sort of quality into it, was to have, and so that it didn't just sound like two sections repeating, was to give every piece a totally new identity, by the guitars, by orchestrating it, which is something that I've been into for quite some time anyway.
Orchestrating using guitars.
And I knew that it had to be jolly good, because the number was so long that it couldn't afford to be half baked, And it was all down to me, really, to do this. So, in my mind it was anyway. So anyway, I sort of started out on it. I mean, I had a lot of it mapped out in my mind anyway. But cut a long story short, all those overdubs were done in one night, and solo and everything, all in one.
Do you know how many different overdubs there were? How many tracks?
No, lost count without actually putting it on and going through it. I was a bit, not many people picked up on that number, really.
On the LP?
That number.
On the number.
But I thought it was one of the, as far as like conveying emotion and, tying up that sort of thing as a package, trying to convey it through two speakers or whatever, I thought it was pretty successful in that way. Maybe it's the fact that it's a narrative or something, I don't know. Yeah. I had this other thing that I wanted to do. What?
Was that your biggest challenge as far as, like you said before, as far as taking an album track and making it work live?
Yeah, it was really, because there was so much going on. But I had this instrumental which you've probably seen quotes of in the past. Quotes about it. 20-minute instrumental. And I wanted to put that on. Maybe cut it down and make it, sort of 15 or something, another track on there. But I just didn't, there was no time. No, that would have been on that album as well. You know, it would have been really alright, but there just wasn't enough time to do it. Purely because of overdancing. I'll play a little bit of that as well.
Space time.
Oh.
Time on the album.
Well, it would have worked. There would have been nobody's fault but mine. Achilles, the blues, Hot Summer Finale, yeah, you know. Royal Orleans probably wouldn't have been on it. For Your Life may not have been on either. You know, stuck on the shelf.
Was there any reason that it was sort of a more electric album, or a more totally electric album?
Well, I think it's just the total. Well, like, yeah, there's no acoustic numbers. There's no melodies and contrast, like, and it changes it into other instruments and all this sort of thing. It's like just an onslaught. I think really it was just sort of total. I know it was a total anxiety and the emotion of the moment and the time that it just came out and was reflected. And yet the blues that we did, which I might add is the only time that we've ever got anywhere near close to sort of repeating like the mood or something, another number.
Yeah.
Since I've been loving you, you know, like the chordal structure and stuff, minor blues really. We just wanted to get a really, really laid back blues with no blowing out on it at all. We did 2 takes in the end. Got it together. One with a guitar solo and one without. Of course the vocal was better on the one without the guitar solo. And I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, I've got this guitar solo to do. Because they're just, blues, there have been blues guitar solos, you know, since Eric, you know, and the Altmans, you know, that live album, you know, and they've all been good. Everyone's done a good one. And it was a 24-bar one too, and I was really a bit frightened of it, you know, what's to be done, you know. Because I didn't want to sort of blast out in the solo, like say it is in, you know, just an emotional blast, and sort of, you know, just like a locomotive or something, you know, because that wasn't conducive with the rest of the track, the vibe and everything. And I was pretty, I was extremely aware that you couldn't, you know, use any sort of cliches or anything, you know, which you say, you know, with all the sort of blues that everybody had done for years and years and years, you know, there's certain B.B. King cliches and things that you couldn't use. Anyway, I just, you know, I got myself in the right frame of mind for it, and I said, I'll put the tape on and did 2 solos and took the best of it.